So, you like it? Yes, this is thanks to Carol Abbott. This is built out of styrofoam, so I have to tell you, it is a little fragile. So just be aware when you have guests here, because I have a feeling we're going to get crowded. They have to be very mindful of this. So it's very, I almost feel like it does need some support behind it, but it's sitting there, and it's styrofoam. So she did that, her brother Phil did the carving with a hot wire, and then Carol just added the Corinthian parts of the columns last night. They got glued down. So it's quite a work of art. So, but everybody so far, so good, everybody? Because like I said, this is a different looking exhibit than the last one we did. So and there's more costumes. There are, I believe, 43. So I gave you cheat sheets. Now, with the cheat sheets, because we're going to start in gallery, well, we'll start here, then we'll go into gallery 1. You can make notes on those, so if you want to add little tidbits, if you're doing, especially with a private tour. So if we have, like, we're the Delta Kappa Gamma members. Right there standing. So I know, there you go. So, yeah, so I feel like, because I have a feeling, aren't you guys are planning something, right, again?
August 1st.
Yeah, it's August 1st. So, like, when Delta Kappa Gamma is here, then we give them a little more, so can everybody get in now? We still have some, don't want anybody falling down the stairs here. That would not be a good way to start this. Okay, so, first costume you're going to come upon in here is John Hurt, and this is from the new version of Hercules that we did. What's interesting about this costume, again, it has the look of those old movies, the old biblical movies where they had the Roman soldiers. He is a Roman general. That armor is actually built on leather. It's very heavy. It's a leather chest plate. And then all of this that looks like metal is actually vacuum-formed rubber. So it's like rubber with little metal highlights. Then they paint that to look like metal. So even though it's leather and rubber, it's still really heavy. So we actually have a PVC pipe holding him up on his stand because it's so heavy, because he'll start to shrink. And ask questions anytime. The designer on this one is Janie Tamain. And the signs, now the signs, this one's going to be mounted on the wall. But you'll see the signs, and we'll go over that when we go into another gallery here. But Janie Tamain, the movie is not that bad. It really is. It's a remake of Hercules with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, but the costumes were outstanding, really outstanding. And you see all these, like that helmet. In the old days, back in the 30s, 40s, 50s even, it would have all been made out of metal. It would have been metal. And imagine an actor, they had a leather crown inside and then metal on top. That's all vacuum-formed rubber.
Any awards?
No, but she was honored, she's Dutch, and she was honored by the Netherlands Film Society. I sent this costume back to the Netherlands. They did a huge exhibit and a tribute to her. I sent 5 of the costumes from the film. Now, straight ahead is probably, this is our most unique piece. Lancaster, Ohio is the first place that this has ever been seen, probably since 1929. So, and for those historians from Lancaster, it's when the Palace Theater was built. There's no longer here. Thank you. This is Carol, Chris, Barbara have really worked hard on this. This is a 21-foot wedding train. This was designed, it was worn by Jeanette MacDonald in the film The Love Parade, which was one of our early talking pictures. And it's 1929. We had no idea when we opened this box up about a year ago. We were doing an insurance appraisal, and we knew that we'd seen part of it, and we thought, oh, this is something elaborate. Had no idea it was A, this heavy, and this big.
How much do you think it weighs?
Oh, that's a question for Barbara. Is Barbara up here?
She was working downstairs.
Chris, how much do you think the train weighs? 50 pounds? 35? Yeah, it's a lot. And in the film, and you'll see on the clips, Carol will be here later to show you the film clips. In the film clips, 5 little boys are on either side carrying it down the flight of stairs for Jeanette MacDonald. Now, in the film, she's wearing another veil which covers over most of this. So it's amazing how much time, effort, energy went into this, and it's really not seen.
So what was, you say you saw it kind of in the box. How big was the box?
Well, we have the boxes are in the hall. They're like a white telescope. It's called a telescope.
Yeah.
That was in a box, but it was all beat up. It was an old box.
And are you still using?
Was it rolled?
No, it was folded. And that was part of the problem, was the rhinestones, which are in metal bezels, the old-fashioned way, they were sewn on rhinestones and they were catching. And so a lot popped. So we had some sewn back on. You really can't tell there's so much on here, you can't tell what's missing. It was just folded over, which we tried carefully to steam. I didn't want to steam this too much because if the steamer drips water, because of the age, you'll get those rings that happen on here. This is like a Russian imperial style crown with doves. There are pearls, rhinestones, bugle beads, and then the backside, which of course we have, Barbara created an entire muslin sling for this to rest on. The backside is actually gold lame. So it is in mint condition. Yes, yeah.
Are you still using the one?
Yes, Betsy Potter. Yeah, I'll show you the Betsy Potter, which I'll show you when we get into the other galleries and the costumes that she's been working on. But yeah, this is a real work of art. I mean, the fact that, imagine how many women sat and beaded this thing and stitched on rhinestone, and it was never seen. For the most part, I mean, you catch the visual of it coming down the stairs, that's it. It's like, and even in the publicity shots, they used the other lighter weight veil. They didn't use this particular. No, Carol, we had to get the film, and then Carol got it out of the film. But, so this is the train. This is Jeanette McDonald. Okay, so I'm going to sneak through here, so I'll meet you in Gallery 1. Hello! So, here we are in Gallery 1. Now, if you look at your cheat sheet, I set it up so we'll be going counterclockwise around and then looking at the center. So, we'll start here with the jewelry. That would be on your cheat sheet. I just whipped this up so fast last night. It was crazy making it.
It's good though.
It's good, but again, it's just for you to jot your own little notes down so you can have a conversation about these pieces with the guests. You know? Okay, so everybody ready? This is Angela Lansbury. This is Angela Lansbury from Samson and Delilah. This is her wedding crown. Now you'll see here, it'll tell you this is a silver plate over copper crescent with glass pearls and silver bullion lace detail. This is actually the back of the crown, not the front, because the back is more interesting than the front. So that's why I displayed it this way. But in the clip, you'll see her, Angela Lansbury is wearing the crown. This is right before she gets killed. I hope I didn't ruin the movie for you.
Is that Edith Head?
Yeah, this was commissioned by Edith Head. So yeah, Edith would have
designed it.
commissioned. No. Probably it was a collaboration between the staff jewelers and Edith, or the other designers. Edith did the dress, Angela Lansbury, but it would have been a collaboration between the staff jewelers and Edith Head. So they were all in sync. This next piece is the oldest piece in the exhibit and one of the oldest pieces we have in the collection. This is a crown that was worn by Pola Negri, who was a major film star in the 1920s, a silent film star. She and Gloria Swanson were the two reigning divas at Paramount Pictures. Okay, this crown, it's missing its cross. It did have a cross piece on the top, but Jackie Rohr, who oversees the jewelry, she relined that with the red fabric. So we're hoping that it was supposed to be red, but we think it was red. But what's interesting about this crown, it's cobbled together from all sorts of bits of jewelry. It's not really, you'll see there's like a couple of belt buckles, there's some brooches, and it was soldered together to create that crown. This is for a film called Forbidden Paradise, 1924. And then these are two brooches that you can see in the photo. And I don't know if she found a clip of this film or not. The brooches were attached to her shoulders on her gown, and then there were pearls that were dripping off of that. This was commissioned by René Hubert, who was a very famous French costume designer who just worked briefly. He really worked more with Gloria Swanson than with Pola Negri. Anyway, this is the oldest piece in the collection. Now down here, you have Hedy Lamarr, which Hedy's over here in the corner. These are some smaller pieces that belong to Hedy Lamarr from Samson and Delilah. Those earrings are silver. Let me see what she wrote here. Endless knot pattern, silver open work with long pearl pendants. The wrist cuff is antique gold plate over hammered copper and applied wire motifs, faux rubies and pearls. The ring is a green polished plastic stone in gold plated rhinestone setting. Now, almost all of these except for this, they were copper based because copper is very soft and you can mold it, stamp it, you can do a lot of things. And then they would gold plate it or silver plate it to give it that effect. Any questions about the jewelry before we move on?
Now, is that still the same? I feel like I missed something.
It's not on here. It's not on this sheet.
What? Oh, it's not?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it? Uh-oh, let me see.
Colin Negri, and then goes to Carol Lombard.
Oh boy, okay, my bad. My bad, Liz. Okay, we have a prize for her or anything? Give her a sandwich, anything? It's like, okay. I don't know. Thank you for, I'm sorry, but the information is on the front of the pedestals. So again, that's just what Randall was bad. Okay, now, this is one of my favorites. Okay, oh, I'm so excited about this one. Now, this is one that Betsy Potter, who does our restoration work, I have had this dress in my unidentified section since I set up the archives, okay? And I knew, it's like, well, this dress, it looked like it did not have the flounce, by the way. It was just this black dress. I thought, okay, this is some sort of funereal dress or a school marm or something. It buttons, all the way down. What the heck? This has to have been done for somebody special. I happen to be a Shirley Temple fan, and I had bought at some discount store, I think it was CVS, had a stack of DVDs, and they had the double set of Now and Forever and Little Miss Marker. And I thought, oh wow, 2 Paramount films. That Shirley Temple did 2 films for us at Paramount. So I put it on, and this dress showed up, and it's Carol Lombard, and I'm like, I'm having one of those Fred Sanford moments where I'm clutching my heart. It's the big one, Elizabeth. But anyway, so I had the dress. When we were doing the restorations, I said, Betsy, is there any way we could restore this flounce? I got her all sorts of images. I loaned her the film. She freeze framed it. She blew it up. Bless her heart. In her private collection of vintage wardrobe, she had a petticoat that was made out of cotton voile. It had a hem. This is part of the hem. So she dissected the hem, she got it cut at an angle and fit it into, so it completes. Also, Carol's belt was missing. But this was designed by Travis Banton. So that's the thing about this show, which is different. This is Edith Head and Company. So we're showcasing people who came before Edith, people who worked with Edith at Paramount, and people who came after Edith. But most of the items in the show are Edith Head related. But this is a Travis Banton piece. Carol Lombard and Travis Banton were just thick as thieves. They were very, very tight friends. And so he designed almost all of her films at Paramount. But yeah, this is a prize for me because, again, I had kept it so, it's like, oh, this has got to belong to somebody. Okay, moving on, we have Beverly Garland. Teeny, tiny Beverly Garland. So this is Beverly Garland from a film called The Joker is Wild, which is a Frank Sinatra film. Now, what's interesting, you'll see in the clip, you'll say, I didn't see this dress. It doesn't look like, okay, why didn't you see that dress? Because it was covered up with this jacket. Nobody can figure out why you would spend all this time beading with these beautiful, like, silver bugle beads, beading the shoulders, and then covering it up with a jacket that's really pretty nondescript. But I wanted to show people this is what would happen. You would have these great costumes, and then suddenly they would just get covered up. And again, also this lets you show the construction of some of these costumes. We have a couple other jackets, so you can see inside of what the construction and how they were finished off. We know that this was done for Beverly because we have the photograph of Beverly in it. So now, here's the thing. The photographs got mounted very close to the ground. Okay? If you have somebody who can't see them, please just pick it up and show it to them. Because they're loose, they're not nailed down, but just put it back into place. But I don't want to, I would only encourage the docents to do that and not the public to do that, because they'll walk off with them. But no, just because they're so low to the ground. I mean, the photo, I wish it had just been up a little higher. But anyway, that's the Beverly Garland story. Any questions here?
We are having the iPads, right?
Yes.
Again, and will every item be showcased?
Yeah.
Okay.